Dr. Dan Odaba. He is an international relations expert and the executive director of the Beyond Borders Research and Consulting Africa company. Well, great to have you with us on the phone, sir. Now, of course, Trump's administration has said that this critical minerals meeting is about building those alliances around supply chains globally. But some also say this could be about the U.S. trying to get other countries to fall in line with its own policy. What's your take on what is at stake at this year's, or this first meeting rather, going forward? Give us a sense.
Thank you very much for having me. So this meeting in international relations, we refer to as strategic diplomacy, where the U.S. is trying to use its influence in terms of peace building and economic, advancing peace building and economic interest, and also strengthening what we call diplomatic ties, especially in East Africa and the Great Lakes region, especially looking to into DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and the Republic of Rwanda. And the other thing which is very important is also promoting economic and investment partnerships around critical minerals around the globe. And this is very critical because if you look at the U.S. foreign policy, the U.S., especially during this regime of the Donald Trump, is trying to advance its interests and especially trying to be a leader in terms of peace building and conflict resolution and focusing on the Great Lakes region. And especially when you look at the deal that was signed sometimes last year between the warring factions between DRC and Rwanda. And the other thing that we need to keep in mind is that there's critical issue about enhancing perceptions of the U.S. leadership in conflict resolution globally. We have seen this through Donald Trump's regime about advancing these interests between the conflict between Israel and Palestine, and now between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. And this meeting is very crucial, and we look forward to see the outcomes and how the negotiations are going to go and the way forward in terms of advancing all these critical issues, to have what we call a win-win situation.
Right. And I'd like to talk about some of the issues that will be on the agenda. And of course, top on the agenda is expected to be setting a price floor for these various minerals or group of minerals. Who are the players with the upper hand in this discussion at the meeting, and where do African nations especially stand in this discussion?
Thank you very much. The key actors or players in this meeting are, of course, the United States, led by, of course, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. And don't forget that there are also representatives like Masad Boulos, who is a senior advisor to the Donald Trump government on the U.S.-Africa relations, and especially Therese Kaikwava, who is the foreign affairs minister from the Rwanda, and also the representative from the Felix Tshisekedi-led government, and not forgetting Olivier Duhigere from Minister of Foreign Affairs from Rwanda. These are going to be crucial actors who are going to spearhead these talks. And the main aim is that they are going to have what we call a win-win situation, whereby they aim to have a consensus whereby not everybody is a winner and nobody is a loser. So they are going to have a very critical objective that the talks will come out with a win-win situation for all the actors involved. Thank you.
Now, that's interesting, certainly with a president like U.S. President Donald Trump. But I'd like to ask you specifically about the DRC mission, because countries like the DRC will be at the meeting hoping to push forward a minerals deal with the U.S. What's your take on the progress they made so far? Because you did mention that last year there was a peace deal in the works. Do you think we'll see a deal finally on the table? What could be the sticking points or the roadblocks for either side to reaching a deal?
Thank you very much. One critical point that we need to keep in mind is that when you look at about the 2025 Global Peace Index, this is a global peace index produced by the Institute for Economic and Peace, a global renowned think tank that ranks 163 countries globally according to the level of peacefulness, which represents 97.3% of the world population. you look like the US is ranked at the 128 out of 163 countries, while you're talking about the Democratic Republic of Congo having been ranked 160 out of 163 countries, and the the Republic of Rwanda is ranked at 91 out of 163. These countries are aiming also to make sure that in the next ranking that they improve in terms of the global peace index. They want to be ranked like have the peacefulness has improved in terms of having ceasefire agreements that are going to achieve a win-win situation, and making sure that countries they having good relations with neighbors, and also talking about issues to do with the having foreign relations, whereby the US has its foreign policy advancing its interests, whereby they also have to help countries that are allies to it to advance and achieve their foreign policy objectives.